you guys keep yourselves unmuted unless you're like having a phone conversation. And if you ever want to talk to me and ask a question, or to either of the three of us, any of the three of us, just raise your hand. You are a part of the show. We have local crowd in the Pike Place Market.
Hi, local crowd.
Is everybody ready to go? I wish we had an opening credits. It's a Matt in the kitchen, holiday sides. It's a Matt in the kitchen, holiday sides. All right, and welcome to our holiday sides cook along. We are coming to you live from the Atrium Kitchen in the very heart of Pike Place Market, which is the very heart of the city of Seattle. And I could not be more excited. I'm Madeline Smithberg, otherwise known as Mad in the Kitchen. And no, I'm not angry. I'm just mad. And I'm in a kitchen. But tonight I'm not in my kitchen. It's super exciting. I have two chefs with me, and we're each going to be making a holiday side dish. Thanksgiving is approaching. Christmas is right behind it. And this is really, some people say it's the season of giving, but I think it's the season of eating. And you will find yourselves invited to potlucks. You will be cooking meals. And our aim here is to help you. We are going to teach you 3 really delicious side dishes that you can serve at your holiday dinners, or bring to your holiday potlucks, or make alone and eat in your underpants. You're welcome. So, as I said, I'm Chef Madeline.
I'm Chef Tracy Calderon. I am owner of Atrium Kitchen here at Pike Place Market. We do cooking classes and also Nourish Neighborhood, which is a free community meal program where we feed seniors and people with food insecurity.
And I'm Chef Mike Hauger. I'm a cooking instructor and chef here in Seattle, Washington.
And I am going to be making what I have named the world's best stuffing. I know that's a little arrogant, but it happens to be true. This is a stuffing that was inspired by my dad, Eugene Smithberg, who Jeannie, who's on cooking with us, knew very well. And he loved chestnuts and he loved dried fruits. So I am making a cornbread stuffing with chestnuts, dried apricots, and fresh sage.
I'll be making potatoes 2 ways. We are doing a Yukon Gold potato with Beecher's flagship cheddar right here from Pike Place Market.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's crazy. Sorry, Vermont.
Right. And then we're doing yams with marshmallows and a hazelnut streusel topping.
And I'm making badass Brussels sprouts that we're going to roast in the oven. And then we're going to top with the Bernays sauce, which is a butter and egg sauce that's flavored with shallot and tarragon.
And how do you make it, Mike?
We make it in the microwave. It's super easy.
So easy.
So I would like to say we have 2 things we need to take care of right now. First of all, I need everybody to preheat their ovens. We're going to choose, we've chosen 400. All of our recipes took a different temperature. So we kind of duked it out. It was kind of fun. You should have watched it. It was like a wrestling match. And we came up with 400. But as Tracy points out, that's actually a really good.
It's a good solution when you're juggling all those side dishes at Thanksgiving that have to go into the oven. As soon as you take your turkey out, put in your stuffing, put in your potatoes, put in your Brussels sprouts. They'll all be done by the time your turkey is done resting.
And if the oven is hotter than you need it to be, cook it for less time. Do you need me to tell you that? What's going on?
Look at your food.
So before we get cooking, which is going to happen very soon, I have one more really important thing to take care of. And that is we have wine. We are lucky enough to have a wine pairing, which is through my friend Odila Dollar Noel from Eunice, where Jeannie, who's cooking along, also went. And we have El Cotto Bianco and El Cotto Crianza. And these are both amazing wines from Spain. They're delicious. The brand is El Cotto. And They're reasonably priced and just really beautiful wines. I know because I had to taste them. Somebody had to do it, but we're going to start with the white.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys should pour
We're gonna get
yourself
this show on
something
the road.
if you're so inclined.
Oh.
But I'm going to pour us some of this El Cotto de Rioja Blanco 2020. Oh, we have a hand. Yes, Dave.
Madeline, what do you recommend we do if we've already consumed at least one bottle of wine?
Do not handle the knives.
Drink some water.
I say open another.
Some water. So we're going to have a
I
toast.
do.
Everybody. Is it this wine, Dave, you're drinking? Did you get the wine?
This is water, and in my
Okay.
coffee cup is wine.
I love it.
Ah,
So
well,
cheers to a wonderful meal, and cheers to all of you, and cheers to you guys out there. You can drink at 6 o'clock when the market closes. And so let's get going.
All right, let's get cooking. That's good.
Okay, I'm gonna start.
Refreshing.
So now my stuffing is
It's
a
world
cornbread.
class.
It's world class. That's what I was gonna say. No, my stuffing happens to be cornbread. It happens to be apricots. It happens to be chestnuts. But the basis for all stuffing is two things. And those two things are celery and onions. Look, okay, here we go. So I'm gonna cut my celery. And the way that I do it is I cut it in half. I have 2 stalks of celery. Come on and cook along with me, people. And I cut it down like that, lengthwise. Ouch. Somebody, yeah, we had our knives sharpened for us today, which might have been a good idea or might have been a terrible idea. And we'll find out in the next 90 minutes. So I just put it like that. I line up all the tips and then I make my claw and I just go down, 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 down. Now, I'm not anal about anything except a couple of things. I think Sam, my husband, probably tell me that I'm lying, but I don't really stress out on the details. So I'm going to cut that. And then I have 5 fresh sage leaves. And I think that fresh sage makes stuffing, no matter what your other ingredients are. And so I'm going to do what am I doing here?
It's a julienne cut.
It's a julienne cut. I was calling it ribbons, and Tracy, who's a much realer chef than me, told me that it should be called julienne. And
Much realer.
so I'm not arguing. But when it comes to onions, you can really show off your knife skills. So I'm going to let Mike do it.
Okay, all
Because
right,
Mike has much better knife skills than I do.
great. Okay, so you take your onion, you've got the sprout end and the root end. Never start with the root end.
Never. I made that
Never.
mistake in rehearsal.
That's true. So I cut off my sprout end, and then from the root, I'm gonna take my onion and cut it in half, and then laying the half flat on the board because it's safe. I'm gonna now cut that in half again. So I've got 1/4 of an onion. That makes it real easy to take off the peel, but I'm still saving my root end. Now pinching the onion and just going straight down, I'm gonna make 4 or 5 cuts, and then I'm gonna flip the onion to the other side and make the same 4 or 5 cuts straight down.
Okay, straight down, straight
Now
down.
I've got kind of 1/4 of a blooming onion, which is perfectly set up for me now
Whoa! Drum
to
roll.
julienne.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
There we go.
That is beautiful and be perfect with my stuffing. You did such a great job that I would love to also take care of my chestnuts, my apricots, and I'm going to eat like 1/3 of a jalapeno.
I get all the work.
Yeah, I get to just be pretty.
That's right.
All
So,
right,
while-
Tracy. Now
While Mike
it's your
is working
turn.
his knife magic over there, I'm going to prepare the sweet potatoes or yams and Yukon Gold potatoes for the Hasselback style. Not sure if you've made them before, but we are going to cut them. This is a little technique. I have 2 cutting boards with 2 thinner cutting boards on top. That's going to allow me to cut the potatoes without cutting them all the way through.
That's the important part.
Yes,
In rehearsal, I sucked at it.
I might be sucking at it right now too.
That
Oh,
cutting
no,
board
you went all the way
is
through.
My board's
Sorry.
moved.
It's really harder than it looks.
Seems
it's a
like we
great
need a little
way
bit
to-
of talking.
It's a
So-
beautiful way to cook potatoes.
And what's so great about cutting them this way, they cook so much faster. So if it's a really thick potato, it's going to take about 40, 45 minutes. Thin potato, 25, 30 minutes.
You're
so we're-
talking to him.
I'm talking to him.
William.
Yes.
Madeline, do you need your onion for the skillet?
I will in a minute when I
Okay.
get to
All
that
right.
place.
And then our Yukon Gold. Carrying that one.
Oh my God.
I'm showing you what not to do.
Dude, that's the premise of this show is how not to make a Thanksgiving dinner.
Buy it, you mean?
Oh, no.
All right. So we have our potatoes cut Hasselback.
All right, I am turning on the stove.
Look out, she's got fire
So
and
what-
sharp things.
What I'm gonna do is I'm using this pan and then I'm gonna put it in the oven. This is a 1-pan stuffing, and not only is it a 1-pan stuffing, it's a 1-pan what? World's best
World's
stuffing.
best stuffing.
It's a 1-pan stuffing, and
It's-
I'm a 2 stuffing man.
Dave, Dave.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you can do no wrong in my eyes. All right, so I'm just putting a little butter in there. Where's our dish pit over here? Can you
Yes,
grab
ma'am.
that for me? And into the butter, I am gonna put, and this is where things get crazy. This is pancetta, but you can use bacon if you don't have access to pancetta. And if you don't eat meat, I'm so sorry, but you don't have to use anything. But I'm basically making a butter and pancetta mixture, which is very delicious and probably not the most healthy thing you can ever have, but it's the holidays. And into that mixture, I am going to put my onions. I am going to put my julienne sage. And I'm just going to stir that around a little. What I want to do is I want the onions to start becoming translucent. And then I'm going to put in my celery. But you don't want to put the celery in the beginning because it releases water and it'll kind of ruin the browning that we want to take place, which will give so much flavor to the world's best stuffing. So I'm just going to let that cook a little bit, and it already smells delicious in here. So that's just going to cook down. Oh, Mike, how you doing in my
I'm doing
apricots?
good. I'm just finishing up with your jalapeno. You wanted how
Okay.
much jalapeno? About a teaspoon?
Yeah, teaspoon.
Okay, great.
Teaspoon max. And jalapeno, once again, like the pancetta or like the cornbread or like is optional. Everything is optional. The basis of your stuffing is really celery, onions, I say sage, bread, broth, eggs. That's it. Everything else is gravy, which is another show. We didn't have time. We wanted to do gravy.
So Mad, while that's sauteing, can you prepare your cornbread?
Yes, I'm going to do exactly that. So this is cornbread that Mike baked for me.
Mhm.
And that is just amazing. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it into like, dice. These are dice. They're dice made probably by hand in Africa. So they're not exactly all even. And they probably would drive you crazy if you were gambling with them. But I'm just going to dice them. I really don't ever worry
We
about
have
any
very strict gambling regulations with dice.
Okay. Well, you probably wouldn't want to, Dave, you wouldn't want to use my cornbread dice.
No, we'd
In
probably
your
get
casino,
fined.
Dave does all the security for a casino in Detroit, and we are going there to do a show this summer, and we're going to see Jim and Doreen. Our control room tonight is actually in Michigan. I am the luckiest human on earth, and I have a lot of people helping me out. Mickey is in the Philippines. He's doing our routing. This may look like your, sort of garden variety Zoom, but it's not. This is actually a huge fancy production. So now I'm gonna put in my chestnuts and my apricots. What?
There's Jim.
Jim,
Hi, Jim. Jim is our director tonight. He's doing all the switching, and I don't even understand why. But I actually have.
He doesn't
I have
either.
I actually have a cloud dedicated, what we do, Matt in the Kitchen, my company here, we have a cloud dedicated to our youth, and it's all because of Jim. So now I'm going to add my celery to this.
Hey, and Mads, while you're adding that celery, I'm over here prepping my Brussels sprouts. You can leave them whole if they're small. If they're a little larger, cut them in half. I'll take off any brown spots. Look under the first couple leaves, make sure nobody's moved in there. So I'm doing about a pound of Brussels sprouts here.
Now, Mike, I said this in our promotion, but I truly agree. I believe that we are a divided nation, and nothing divides us quite as much as Brussels sprouts. People think it's masks. It's not. It's Brussels sprouts. So I would like both outside and inside.
Okay.
If you like Brussels sprouts, raise your hand.
Let's see, raise your hand.
Sam.
Ron, put your hand up.
They don't hear me.
Okay.
Okay, Doreen is yes. Jeannie's yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think people, the Brussels sprouts have it. Yay! I think nothing caramelizes. Chicago is no on the Chicago's like, what are you talking about? I think some people think that they smell like rotten, like something. No, okay, sorry. We have, Kyle says no on Brussels sprouts.
Haven't had them cooked right.
Yeah,
That's the
I
thing.
agree with that
No
too.
bad food,
I
just
think
poor
they
cooking.
caramelize so beautifully.
So with the Hasselbacks, I brushed them with melted butter, which I melted the butter in the microwave for 20 seconds. Brushed the butter on there. They are going to go into the oven for about 25 minutes.
They are so shiny.
Aren't they
Oh
shiny?
my
Oh,
God,
that's
I want to be
gorgeous.
brushed with butter.
Mm-hmm.
That can happen here.
Okay. We'll do that. That's the after show.
I have to pay extra for that.
Here, I'll open it for you.
Thank
That's
you.
on Cinemax.
Great.
All
While
right,
they're
going
popping that
in.
in
And
the
they
oven,
go.
Cinemax.
I'm going
Want
to
the
take
butter like that?
my Brussels sprouts,
Give you
put them in a big
Madeline
bowl,
on the max.
and I'm going to put 2 or 3 tablespoons of a neutral oil on here. I don't want to use my expensive extra virgin olive oil for this. I've got canola, vegetable oil, avocado oil, something that's going to transfer the heat but not any flavor. We need oil as a heat transfer here. So I'm just giving those a toss. Going to season with a little salt. And I really like cayenne pepper in this. I think once you get the char on the Brussels sprouts, the heat of the cayenne.
And you
that's-
can really adjust your heat with that
Absolutely.
by how much you add in there.
Sometimes a hot Brussels sprout, cayenne, it's really good. It kind of offsets that charred vegetable. And I just put this on a sheet tray, and I'm going to pop it in the oven at 400 for about 20 minutes.
Awesome. You've got your sheet tray there. Let's
I'll
make
get
that happen.
going.
That is going to be one hot Brussels sprout
Woo.
right there.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
I know.
We'll give that to Madeline.
Okay. So now I'm stirring this, and I'd really like the celery to cook a little bit more, but I think that would be boring to watch. So I believe I'm going to add. Oh, I'll tell you what I need, Mike. Mike, I need 2 eggs, sort of lightly scrambled.
Lightly scrambled. Okay.
Let me
Lightly
get this in
Send
the
that to
oven.
the oven. Thank you.
All right, I can
20
do that.
minutes on those. if
Tracy,
you
I
have an
feel
air
like I
fryer,
should
you could
switch
pop
to
those
the bigger
Brussels in the air
pan.
fryer as well.
What do you think?
I think we might be able to switch to a bigger pan.
It's right there. I got it. I can grab it.
Okay.
All right. So Tracy, I'm cracking these eggs. You got any egg cracking tips?
I do have egg cracking tips. So I learned in Italy not to crack your egg on the side of a bowl or a dish. You want to crack it on a flat surface. That way you don't wind up with little bits of eggshell in your eggs.
And you know, if you do get a bit of eggshell in there, use another eggshell and just kind of scoop it out with that.
Yo, come on.
It's the angle of the eggshell that's
Kitchen
going to
tip.
attract and bond your extra little shard.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's from cooking with kids.
That's right.
Kids camps. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
there's-
So
There's-
our eggs shouldn't be crunchy.
Your eggs are really crunchy. No. It's a whole new world.
Okay.
Amazing.
All right, I have switched to a bigger pan. I know everybody's really excited by that, but I
Yeah.
just felt like there wasn't going to be room for all of my cornbread.
Got it.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm adding my cornbread.
Did you tell everyone that Mike made this cornbread?
I did. You should pay
so
attention
good.
to the show.
Oh,
It's
thank
really entertaining. Yes, Mike made the friggin' cornbread for
attention.
me.
You know, the key to that cornbread is I take just some frozen corn, defrost it in the microwave, and then kind of puree it in the food processor and add it to the batter. First of all, you get an extra snuck in there vegetable serving, but it really makes a moist bread. It's the way to go.
And when it's summertime here in Washington, you buy extra corn, roast it on a grill, get a nice char on there, take it off the cob, pop in the freezer. You have corn all season long.
Okay, so now I'm adding just a little bit of chicken broth, and you can add vegetable broth. Be that way. But literally, I say a cup in the recipe, but it's more like a half a cup because you don't want it to be mushy. And now I'm putting in my eggs. The eggs bind everything together and give you that fabulous, stuffing flavor. I'm at the wrong camera. And when I'm on the wrong camera, it's a terrible angle, so I really got to try to get that under control. We need something called tally lights, which we don't have on. Marisa's the human tally light. My beautiful,
found this
wonderful
over
Marisa.
here.
I'm going to put a little more cornbread in here just so we make more for the people.
We're going to drink more
Yeah,
wine while you do
we're
that.
gonna watch Madeline
Cheers.
cook while we have her wine.
I think that's a great idea. It is
It's
mad in
looking
the
pretty
kitchen.
good over there.
That's exactly opposite of every other show.
That was a nice.
Oh
That
my
was-
That is the
goodness.
perfect amount of
That's
cornbread right there,
perfect.
Mad.
We're going to leave
That
it.
totally is.
So now I'm just going to do a little salt and pepper. That's just a little pepper. For me, I've got the jalapenos in there, but I also have the chestnuts and the apricots, which both have a little bit of sweetness. So I like to really kind of like balance out. Whenever I make anything, I kind of like I do this thing which I call like a dialogue. I think I came up with the term. And I go, okay, all right, sweet, what do you have to say? All right, spicy, what do you have to say? All right, umami, get in here. And that's how I come up with my flavors for all of my dishes. So this is looking absolutely beautiful. And you really could almost eat it like this, but you shouldn't. Probably because the broth and the eggs are raw, and that might not work really well. But now what I'm gonna do before I stick it into the oven is I'm gonna do a really pretty thing. And I'm going to take some fresh sage leaves, and I'm making like a pretty design. I think that fresh herbs are your friend, and really just like elevate everything that you cook and make. And then what I'm gonna do is also, just because I'm fancy, I'm gonna put some whole cranberries in like a random but unified pattern. And that is that. And now we're going to put the cover on it.
Those are cranberries that identify as apricots, by the way.
What?
Those are cranberries that identify as apricot.
That's very possible. You know what? It's a new modern world. Don't you do that. I'm going to do it. Oh, she's going to show it to the
I'm
camera.
going to show you.
Wait, I'll do it.
Sweet Jesus. That's
Tracy
heavy.
is playing. Tracy is injured. And this is a ridiculously heavy.
It's so beautiful, though.
Oh,
yeah.
Ooh, ah.
And in.
That's the world's best stuffing.
It was worth that. All right.
And I'm going to stick it in. Should I cover it or just leave it?
I would, you could put it in like that.
Like
Yes.
that.
Just like that.
I need Tracy with me every day.
And then I need Mike with us. So
And I need Mike. So
it's
now,
a trio.
Yeah.
should
We
you
rehearse
guys,
this enough, we get good at it.
Tracy,
Yes. What's ma'am?
it's not fitting. Mike, we need to do some like.
We need to move the Brussels
I've got
sprouts
it.
to the bottom shelf and
Let
then
me get
move
to
the
work.
Yeah,
beautiful
thank you.
all-clad
Mike
pan
will
to
just
the
get
middle
into
shelf.
it. So now what I would like to ask you, does anybody have any questions or comments or things to embarrass me with?
Jean wanted to know if she was supposed to have the Brussels sprouts and potatoes in the oven.
Yes, Jeannie. Get them in, get them in. Let me see yours. What do you have going there? You're Jeannie. She can't talk. She's muted. Jeannie, unmute yourself, please. Donna, how are you guys doing? Unmute Donna. Okay. Where are you? They're muted. Jeannie. show
I
me what
have
you
the
got
Brussels
going
sprouts in the oven. I am unmuted. I'm pouring the butter all over the potatoes because I don't have a brush. And this is the horrible part. I didn't realize I was supposed to make cornbread. So I'm not making your dinner.
Do
what
you
else
have
could you
do you
use?
have any bread? Just regular.
We can
Like tear it up into pieces and stick
Okay.
Now look, Madeline, I see a cooking party here at Dale Hall. What's going on there? Maybe they can unmute.
Dale Hall, what's going on there? Unmute yourselves.
How much should we pour in? Just like this?
What
like
do you
a
guys
cooking
have
party.
going? Can we see your food? Donna,
Oh,
what do
what's
you
Donna?
have? Show me your food. Show me your food.
Get a short.
It sounds almost aggressive. Yay!
Yeah. look at that.
Donna, I love you. I don't know you, but I love you. Making the stuffing. You're going to make it for Thanksgiving, and you just have to tell everybody that it was inspired by Eugene Smithberg, and you learned it from his daughter, Madeline, Matt in the Kitchen Smithberg.
I can't wait to taste it.
It's really delicious. The thing with chestnuts, like as a child, my dad loved chestnuts so much, and they used to sell them on carts in New York City where they would be roasted. And then there was this chestnut plate, and all the chestnuts in America, chestnut trees died. And in my family, that was like our second Holocaust. Like it was like the chestnut trees have died. It was a giant crisis in the Smithberg house, but we could buy them imported. So when we went to Europe, we would bring home chestnuts and arugula seeds.
Salt and pepper.
Nice.
Okay, Tracy, we're gonna make your streusel. I'm gonna stop talking now. I think it might be the white wine, but I don't know.
Matt, I think it's you.
It's probably me.
All right.
Madeline, it's always just you.
So for our hazelnut streusel, let's drink more wine.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
using Oregon-grown hazelnuts from Holmquist Farms.
Show
They
them
are-
to the camera.
They are here in Pike Place Market. They have a day stall. I love being able to shop in the market. I'm a chef that works in Food Mecca. I am so lucky,
You are
so
so lucky.
lucky to work here. So I'm just going to do a rough chop of the hazelnuts, mix it with my softened butter, little fresh sage, and a sprinkle of salt. That's our streusel topping.
No, wait, isn't there sugar in there too?
Brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Brown
'Cause
sugar.
Streusel, I've learned, is butter, nuts, and sugar.
Butter, nuts, and sugar. Yes. And you can use pecans, you can use walnuts, but why would you?
Why would you? I don't really
Um,
like walnuts. They make my teeth
either.
my
Can I
teeth
borrow your
itch.
knife?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Walnuts make your teeth itch?
They do. They make my teeth feel like
Yeah.
like a dentist.
So while you're
Very
getting your
stringent.
hazelnuts chopped, I'm going to start on my shallot that we're going to use for our Bernays sauce. So shallot, same concept as the onion. You can take off the sprout end, always leaving the root end. And
Now,
I'm
is
gonna,
it true, Mike, that a shallot is a cross between garlic and an onion?
Well, it's in the same family.
It's
I
in the
don't know
same
if it's actually a
family.
cross. Yeah, I don't think so. So we only need 3 tablespoons of finely diced shallot for this. I'm just going to use half of it. But whenever I'm cutting an onion, anything that's round, first start by taking it in half and then laying the flat side down. You've got a safe chop. Again, I'm just going to go down, rotate, and then go straight down. And I'm going to be ready for a nice fine dice now on my shallot.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
And then I have softened butter. It's going right into the brown sugar mixture with the hazelnuts.
Look how, I mean, first of all, that looks so delicious.
Ah.
Like, what could be bad?
Love the sage in that.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And it's butter. Butter makes
Yeah,
everything
butter
better.
making everything better. Who
Butter
was
and
it that was
pancetta.
eating butter off the, who was eating just whole sticks of
That
butter?
was me.
That
On
was,
the couch.
I wasn't on the couch. I was in the kitchen.
where was you? I knew I had heard it recently, but I couldn't remember.
I was really, really hungry, and my staff did offer to make me a plate of staff meal. And I'm like, no, that's okay. I'll grab some butter. And so I sat there and ate the little foil packet of butter like a little squirrel.
Oh, God.
A little very decadent world. Very high cholesterol.
Oh, my God.
Chef Tracy, I got 2 questions for you.
Okay, go ahead.
First one is with the hazelnuts. Do you shell them or do you just go? It looks like you went whole, which is what I was going to do too.
Whole. And there's some of the paper skin on there.
Right.
Not a problem. More flavor.
Okay.
They're shelled.
They are
Yeah, they're
shelled.
shelled.
And
but
we
not-
buy them that way.
Yeah, no. What I meant was the husk or whatever we call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the husk.
Are you cooking along?
Yeah.
Love it.
Which are you making, the Hasselback potatoes?
I got the Hasselbacks in the oven, but I was curious about two things. One was how thick you cut the slices, because we went pretty quick and I was kind of following along with you, keeping up. And then
Good job, chef.
And then the chopsticks that I saw in the recipe, I tried playing around with those. That seems to work, but it's a little bit difficult because they're really thin.
Right.
So I was trying to think of a strategy for that.
Michael, I brought chopsticks. I thought I was being so helpful.
Mm-hmm.
But the chopsticks that I brought are ones that had come with my like takeout sushi.
Yeah.
They're too short for her purposes.
They were
Oh,
just
got
really
it.
thin. If you have the thicker chopsticks, it works wonderful. Also,
Okay.
Maybe two
If
wooden
you-
spoon handles?
yes, wooden spoon handles work.
That's a
great.
really good idea. Yeah.
Round. So
Yeah.
you just want something
A pair of shoes.
Right. No, the spoon handles is a great idea. Wooden spoon, because it seems like you do have to have a thicker, something thicker on both sides that can prevent you from cutting through the potato.
or a very steady hand.
Yeah, I was working on
Takes
that.
a very steady hand.
Have that right now.
Yeah.
No,
Cool.
It's been a long day.
more wine, more wine.
So while
right.
you're mixing up your butter and brown sugar, I've added my 3 tablespoons of shallots to 6 tablespoons of butter. And now I'm pulling the leaves off of 2 or 3 stems of tarragon. Don't you guys love tarragon?
I love tarragon. I was saying before that I feel like for me, tarragon is the forgotten herb, because here in Washington State, go figure, I have rosemary that grows like gigantic hedges, and the only thing I successfully grew this summer was sage. I'm a sage farmer. And but I always forget about tarragon, and it's so beautiful in this situation, and also it's so good with chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you've got extra tarragon, you're only going to use 2 or 3 stems for this recipe. Take your bottle of white wine vinegar and stuff them in there. You're going to have tarragon vinegar in a couple days, which
Okay,
is great.
wait.
in
I
salad
have
dressings.
not been keeping track, but I think that we have given at least 3 amazing tips. So you guys have gotten your money's worth.
And then another option.
Yeah.
You have softened butter. Just mince your tarragon, make
Yes.
a little compound butter.
Compound butter. Now,
Yep.
do you guys know about the compound butter? It's butter that you soften and you mix other stuff,
Like shallots.
shallots, or rosemary, or basil,
or tarragon.
Or tarragon.
or tarragon.
blue cheese.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, blue
Yeah.
cheese. Yum.
My tarragon that I'm just going to chop to get about 2 tablespoons worth. But I do need 3 egg yolks.
Oh.
We got you.
Maybe if
We
you guys
got
could
you.
separate.
Okay, so 3, I'm going to just take out the ones we don't need. We need 3.
Well, there's spares just in case.
Yeah, no, because I always screw everything up.
And
So
teamwork makes the dream
teamwork
work.
makes dream work. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, this is what I learned. And I don't remember where. It might have been from Julia Child. But anyway, I crack it on the side of the thing, and then I separate it, and I go back and forth.
Eek!
And I just let the white leave, and here's my yolk. Stop grimacing.
So there's that way.
Is it the sound effects? Or another alternative.
Another alternative.
We like to, actually, another chef friend likes to call these teachable moments.
These are teachable moments. I used to have that with my son.
Yes. So we are going to crack the egg on a flat surface. And oftentimes people ask me what my favorite kitchen utensil is. And it's right here, attached to my arm.
Hans!
My hands. And
It's
there
mine
you go.
too.
Yes. So,
Oh,
little
come
bit,
on! Round of applause!
And there you
Food
have
hack, food hack, food hack.
All right.
it. Your fingers will separate it. The warmth from it actually warms up the egg
I
white.
think we need one more.
Show
One
us
more.
one more.
All right, I can do that. I can do that.
And since we never waste anything, Tracy has promised to make us angel food cake with the egg whites.
That's right, with a huckleberry compote.
The huckleberries are ridiculous.
Oh,
They're so good. I happen to know.
I had a moment of weakness where the forager that I get chanterelle mussels.
Don't you guys have
from,
foragers who go out and get you things? I don't.
You need a forager.
I need a forager.
My forager, Matt, let me know that he had fresh huckleberries.
Her forager.
My forager, I wound up with 40 pounds of huckleberries in my freezer, which has been so delightful because huckleberry season was really short. So I'm able to be using huckleberries in November. I just did angel food cake.
She does angel food cake, and she makes a compote that's sweet. And then we cooked with you in your kitchen with my friends Suzanne and Peter and Monica, who came to visit me, and we did a cooking experience where Tracy gave us a tour of the market, and we bought all our food, and we came back and we cooked. And if you have anyone who's in Seattle, you must come here and do it. But we made halibut with a savory huckleberry compote, and it was ridiculous.
It was so good. And so
so
fun to cook with Matt and her friends. Oh my goodness. All right.
Oh.
What are you doing over here, Mike?
You know what I'm going to do is it's time to go to the microwave. I've got my shallot and my 6 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to melt this just in 20-second bursts. The shallots are going to make your butter kind of splatter a little more, and because I don't want to mess up Atrium Kitchen's microwave too bad, I'm going to stand there and watch it and just give it 20-second bursts.
Okay. And maybe when you're over there, Mike, you can peek at your Brussels sprouts.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe do you want to peek at your sweet potatoes?
Yes, I'll do that. We'll do all the peeking.
I think we're doing the most unnatural speaking right now.
Oh, your
What?
Brussels sprouts are done.
Oh, they are.
Okay, so I would like to know, people at home, does anyone have any more questions, comments, things to say, things to ask?
Beautiful
Uh,
roasted.
Oh, wait! Take a break from that. Look at his Brussels sprouts.
Like another minute or two.
Marisa, how can we get a shot of these?
We'll grab the hot pan and we'll go there.
Look at that, Mike. Those are beyond gorgeous.
That is a great oven.
Oh my God. He doesn't really have to do anything else to them. They would be the hit of any Thanksgiving dinner.
And they're crispy
They're
and
crispy
oh
and
my
crunchy.
goodness.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
So I think
beautiful.
Great.
400 degrees is really a magic temperature for Brussels sprouts. Am I in the wrong camera?
I'm just showing off
Okay,
my
he's over
melted
here.
butter and shallots over here.
I'm melting. It is so hot in here, you guys. I can't even tell you.
Great. So
I'm getting
I'm
really
gonna,
shiny. So wait, Jeannie, where are ya? What you got going on there, huh, Jeannie?
Well, I'm breaking up my frozen bread because I didn't have cornbread. And I've got my onions and the sage that I grew in my garden.
Yay!
And
Jeannie's in the
I'm just
Berkshires. She's in
trying to
Hillsdale, New
fake it a
York.
little bit. Just
You
trying to
fake-
fake it with some other
You
ingredients.
don't have to tell anybody we don't know. we do not know. We would not know. I want to see how everybody's doing. Hi, JJ. JJ is in the house. Donna, how are you guys doing?
in the house.
And Dale. JJ, are you cooking? No. He's in the, yes! JJ! JJ is part of Matt in the kitchen. He is the person that does all of the stuff that I could never understand, but which makes all of this possible, you guys. And JJ's quite a cook. JJ, show me what you got.
What?
Let's see, what are you making? He's got apples. What are the apples going in? Stuffing?
I'm gonna. Am I unmuted? I'm making shallot.
Oh, what is that?
Shallot.
I don't know what that is.
It's like apple, apple and dough.
And what?
And dough. It's apple cream and dough. It's an apple. I can't think of the American word.
Duck?
No.
Dough.
Dough.
And
Dough.
I heard duck.
Dough.
Duck.
A deer.
Duck.
A
Oh my
female
God,
deer.
what nationality is that, JJ?
So
Russian. Shallot.
Madeline, I just made this a $12 bottle of vinegar by sticking
Anyone who's
tarragon in
keeping
it.
track of our portfolio, it has just gone up. Donna, how are you guys doing? Dan, what's going on over there?
Just
He's just
hanging out and
watching.
enjoying this show. All
Enjoying
great
it.
ideas for Thanksgiving.
Donna,
Tracy,
how are
what
you
is
guys
going on
doing?
We're doing good. We're making the Bernays sauce.
Don't get
Isn't
sassy
it
with
so
me,
cool
Bernays.
that you can make it
Yeah.
in the microwave?
Well,
Isn't it so cool that you can make it in the microwave?
we're going to get to
I
that
got
up
the
here.
microwave.
Let's see what's next.
Yeah. So speaking of the Bernays sauce, I now have my 3 egg yolks
Bernays.
and my tarragon and my 3 egg yolks. I'm going to add all to one bowl.
Where are
Then-
the shallots? Are the shallots in
The
there?
shallots I melted with the butter. But now to my egg yolks, I'm going to add, let's see, 1 tablespoon of Dijon. Whoop.
Whoa, I
We
got that in
Dijon
my eye.
flying. And we need 3 tablespoons of my now fancy tarragon white wine vinegar.
Nice.
Should we just throw some in?
2 tablespoons of vinegar. And we've got this great wine. We got to cook
Let's
with
use
it.
it.
Yep.
El Cocho Blanco.
3 tablespoons of
Loredo.
Blanco. There we go. And then just a touch, I like a little cayenne, not too much, and a little salt. And I'm just going to whisk this up with
Nice.
my whisk.
When I was typing up the script, I learned that whisk has an H in it. 5 tax. No, I'm kidding.
Whisk.
But the H is
Wha-
silent.
Whisk.
The H is silent. All right.
Whisk.
I'm gonna take a look at my stuffing.
All right.
Great
Now,
idea.
Tracy, what are you doing here?
Let
I'm
me know what's
carrying
there.
our marshmallows,
Oh, you're doing that? Okay.
jumbo marshmallows, absolutely huge.
They're the biggest marshmallows I've ever seen.
So here's a couple tips about marshmallows. Take them out of the bag a few hours before you're ready to cook. Let them sit at the counter at room temperature, and they'll get a little dry, which makes cutting them so much easier. The second thing, Mike made some gorgeous and delicious fresh made, I almost said mushrooms, marshmallows. I tried them in the potatoes. They were too fancy. They turned into liquid.
oh,
So apparently we need a
No
high
shelf
ratio of high fructose corn syrup. So we're cutting these, and then we'll cut them into quarters. If you think about it, a quarter of this will melt and go a long way.
oh, nice. All right. Now I've got my whisked up egg yolk, vinegar, wine. And now I'm going to add to this.
The
let's
butter?
see, yeah, the butter shallot mix. And, you know, if Madeline has scissors as her favorite kitchen
We haven't
tool-
mentioned that yet.
Uh-oh. Well, all the regular
Now's
viewers
a
know.
great time.
Yeah. And Tracy has her hands. I think I have a whisk. I really like a whisk.
I think it's a great tool.
Yeah.
There are some tools that are underrated and really, like, last night we ordered pho, and I used a ladle to serve it, and I was like, how great is a ladle? Great. It knocks a spoon on its butt.
I love a bench scraper.
A
That's-
bench scraper.
That's my
great. Where is
favorite.
your bench scraper?
There's like 4 over there.
All right.
And
Now I'm going to take the Bernays now to the microwave. And again, I'm going to work in 20, 25-second bursts. You'll probably need 4 or
Jonah,
5
I
of them.
can't find
Depends
them.
on how heavy your bowl is, because the bowl is going to throw up some heat. So I'm going to hit the microwave with this.
Aha.
wait, so you're telling me you can make Bernays sauce in 20
That's
seconds?
right. Well, maybe 20-second bursts.
Of how
20
many?
second
So
burst.
give me a minute.
All right, I'll
Probably
give you a
takes-
minute.
Okay, here we go. My first
Drum roll, please.
20-second burst.
Oh, that's the great one. I love that one.
This is a beautiful.
Yes. So
Oh.
we're talking bench scraper. If you don't have a bench scraper at home, there's this one.
Oh, wait, I think we're on
Oh,
this camera.
we're on the microwave camera.
This has amazing sides to it. And if you're scraping off your cutting board, like the onion, the chives, it keeps everything on there. And you can transfer from your cutting board directly to the frying
I
pan.
think we're back on this camera.
All right.
It's a fabulous tool.
Great
I
tool.
highly recommend them, and they make fabulous holiday gifts.
Don't they?
They really do. It's
Yeah.
like a really thoughtful gift for someone that you have no idea what to get for. But you'll have to explain to them what it is.
So let me show here my first
Very
burst
cool.
in the microwave.
Oh, that
I've got
smells
Just
delicious.
Smells
Just a
delicious.
little thickening around the edges. So now I want to take my whisk and just mix
Do you put
in.
salt in there?
I did, just a little bit of salt, a little cayenne, because I like cayenne. I'm just giving it a whisk. See, we're going to go for a mayonnaise consistency. We're not there yet. We need a couple more bursts, so I'm back
Calm
to the
down,
microwave.
Doreen. We're gonna get there.
I'm so anxious.
All right. We've got.
Is this time for me to do my? Oh, you're gonna stuff your potatoes. Can you get her potatoes out for her? I just
Yeah.
happen to have taken a look at them, and I believe they are good to go.
Okay.
So I have the Beecher's cheddar just cut into little pieces.
What do you think?
Ooh.
And
They're
our
looking
marshmallows, those are ready to go. And you always have to cut extra Beecher's flagship cheddar because you need a snack.
Okay, the thing about Beecher's flagship cheddar is it has like a texture to it. So when you eat it, it actually has like these little granules that you.
The
Super hot.
enzymes.
Yeah.
Super hot.
Such a different cheddar experience than
that's
anything I ever had, and I grew up having a house in Vermont. So I feel really guilty about it, but it's the most amazing cheddar ever. And the offices are now in New York City, even though they were made here.
The Flatiron Building has a Beecher's cheddar retail location.
Yeah, so Jeannie, next time you're in the city, you can go grab some. You really will love it.
Yeah, my son's working in the Flatiron Building, so
You
now I
are?
got her. Ben is working in the Flatiron
Oh my
Building.
God, have him bring you some Beechers.
I will.
Yes.
Remember, you used to get your glasses in that building.
Yes, I did. I love the Flatiron Building. I grew up in Manhattan, and that's my neighborhood because it's Chelsea, technically, right, Jeannie? Jeannie lived on the
Yes.
east side in Peter Cooper Village, but we went to, we met each other in 3rd grade, then we went to junior high together,
Thanks.
and then we went to high school together. And we stayed friends all these years, and nobody is better to giggle with than Jeannie Altschuler.
Madeline, look at this. I'm starting to get
Or
almost
cook with.
mayonnaise consistency
Yes, you
on my
are.
Bernays. Now, does this just not look something you'd get at a really expensive steak restaurant?
Yes, you get steak Bernays.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful sauce. I really think the tarragon takes it and brings it over the edge.
Yeah, yeah. I'm using a heavy bowl here that seems to be holding a lot of heat. So even as I whisk it, it's giving me the effect that if I didn't have a microwave, I'd be doing this over a double boiler.
In a double boiler.
Yeah. So really,
I love that.
I think we're there. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my God, do you want me to help you?
Look
I
at
got the
that.
cheese done. Now we're going to do the marshmallows. If
Marshmallows.
you want to help with Marshmallow Land,
I will help.
just
with
remember this
Very
pan
warm.
is very hot. Hot, caliente.
Yeah, it is very hot.
Caliente in Spanish.
Caliente.
Muy caliente.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Here,
Mm.
Mike,
All right.
why don't, you're going to do more nuking, right?
His sauce is.
My sauce is done. I am. look
Okay,
at-
then
I
why
am
don't
just-
you help her do this, and I'm gonna
Okay.
garnish my stuffing.
I was just going to take a
Beautiful.
sample of my sauce.
I was just gonna take a nap.
I
but
was
that's
gonna
not
eat.
happening.
And then just go ahead and
And
pick with some.
I'm not warm or
Have you
anything.
checked my contract? I get to eat, don't I?
We fed you earlier. That's it. Let's go ahead and finish just this one.
Donna, let me see.
You start at that end. Oh, this one?
Donna, you're my new hero.
do this
Oh,
one
look at her
first.
Bernays. Look at her Bernays.
Oh,
Ow!
don't see that.
I just burnt my hand.
In the microwave. What do you think? Can you believe it? Oh,
You guys should unmute yourselves. All right, so I want to show you guys what I have. This is so friggin' beautiful, but it's so hot. Where should I bring it?
sure. Got it?
Will you?
Let me grab it. Set it right here.
I'm not. Go to the overhead and give me a shot of it. There
Oh,
it is.
yeah.
Come on.
That
This
is
is it right out of the
gorgeous.
oven. It really wasn't that much work, but there's something missing, and that is my garnish. I think it's a very important step that often gets overlooked. I'm terrified of tattooing myself with a burn, but I'm not going to let that happen. So this is my signature move. I love putting fresh herbs and on at the end as a garnish, but I don't own a counter scraper
Bench scraper?
or a bench scraper. So what
Oh,
I
sweet
do
Jesus.
is I use
Just have
this
to eat them.
very hard to find tool, which I call scissors. That is Matt in the kitchen for scissors. I use them for everything. So what I've done is I've taken what I call a mitt of parsley, and I kind of crunch it up, and it's really fun anyway to do. And then I just use my scissors, and I cut really small pieces, and voila, I have a garnish happening, which just elevates whatever I've made, adds a layer of freshness, and sort of ties all the flavors together. I never really appreciated the fresh parsley garnish until I lived in Italy and had it on pasta, and I was like, oh my God, I don't think I can ever eat anything without a fresh parsley garnish. So I actually keep it in my kitchen like this. It's like a vase, and it's really pretty, and it lasts longer, and I put it on almost everything. So now when go ahead.
What I just did, I put the streusel topping on top of the marshmallows. It's going to get popped in the oven for just a couple more minutes.
So wait a minute. This is cheese.
Features cheddar with the Yukon
it
Gold.
looks like butter.
And the potatoes are so hot, the cheese is already melting. So it
Oh
really
my
is just a couple
God.
minutes. And that marshmallows.
Marshmallows, brown
I'm
sugar,
So,
So, okay,
cheddar,
I
hazelnut.
need to have
Oh my
another
goodness.
poll. Everybody at home, the people out there can't hear me, but they're having fun because now in 7 minutes they can have wine because the thing will close. But what I wanted to ask you is sweet potatoes, marshmallows. I want hands up for yes marshmallows.
Oh,
Let's see.
okay.
Come on, everybody.
Let's
Let me
see.
see a show of hands.
Show of hands.
Jeannie's no. Oh,
All right.
Dale is
Ron,
no.
put your hand up.
Michael?
Ron,
Yes
put your
or
hand
no,
up.
Michael?
Oh, wait a
Thomas,
minute.
yes.
I see some thumbs down from Dale Hall.
Michael, are you a marshmallow and sweet potato person? Only on Thanksgiving.
Only on Thanksgiving.
Only on
Oh.
Thanksgiving.
Come on.
Live, guys, I want a show of hands. Yes for marshmallows. Yes for
Okay.
marshmallows.
We're just waving hi.
Yes.
Yeah, get your heads out of your rear
I
ends
think
and
that was
answer
no
the
for my husband,
questions.
Sam, but he really doesn't have a say in it. Oh crap, we gotta try the red. All right, so this is the El Cotto Crianza 2017. It is a beautiful red from Spain. And once again, this is about $13 a bottle, and I was blown away when I tasted it. Jeannie Odila hooked me up with all these wine pairings. No, she's not. Odila lives in the East Coast. Oh, Odila, are you here? Let me see Odila. Odila's here. I'm like, no, she's not. Where's Odila?
Oh, hi. I'm looking for Odila.
She left. Great. All right, so now we're gonna taste the red, and the good thing is we've had it breathing for a minute. Wines like to breathe. They're just like scuba divers. All right, so
Oh,
here's a red for
thank
you.
you.
Here's a red for you.
Okay.
And
Here we go.
chin.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's
Dan.
see those
Cheers.
glasses out there.
Here's to everyone.
Dave, you're
Live
blending
long and
into your-
prosper.
You're blending
Live
into
long
your
and
RV.
prosper, according to Mr. Spock.
Dave is blending in. That is so delicious.
Mm.
That's going to go really well with the finished product. Such nice wines for the price. I'm a big fan of the European wines. Okay.
Wine.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so I've done my parsley garnish. Michael, where are ya? Michael,
Just
you-
hanging out with you.
Okay, we thought you had a question.
Oh, no, I was raising my hand for marshmallows, but now, not anymore.
Yeah, I never would think that I like sweet potatoes and marshmallows, but when I
Yeah.
don't have them, I feel like it hasn't been Thanksgiving.
I think with hazelnuts, it looks
Want
really
some
interesting.
parsley on that? No.
Parsley or thyme. Let's do some fresh thyme.
Let's do some fresh thyme on there. Do you have some?
I did, and I had chives. What did I just do with that plate? Oh, I gave it to you.
Chives are in the corner.
Here are the top. I have chives, but doesn't he want some for his Brussels sprouts?
We got chives all over here.
Oh, there's a thyme. Here's fresh thyme. We're gonna do fresh thyme. Now, thyme is not on my side, but the way I do thyme. No, I'm not. I just pull it down. I do like a peel thing, and I break off the little tiny pieces. The thing about thyme is you don't really want the stems in there. You just want
They're
the
a little
leaves.
woody. Yeah.
Yeah, the stems are a little woody, but I think thyme, like parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, really would make a great song if someone wanted to write it. Because it's a bouquet garni. They go together in a perfect way.
Dave, you gonna get on that, please?
Yeah, I'm gonna write a letter to my friend Paul Simon.
I don't know what
and
to
see if
say.
He can do that with his buddy Mark Garfunkel.
I'm looking something up right now.
Yeah, maybe they're going to Scarborough Fair. All right, so I've done that.
I was saying
I've
that
run out
those
of parsley.
leaves off of the
Look at
thyme are
that.
actually
Oh,
fronds.
wait a minute.
Wait,
Time
there's
to-
one more step.
Time to gild this lily.
Yeah, we're gonna gild the lily. This is what another chef, Joshua, who I did calls ooh ah.
Uh-huh.
She's taking a blowtorch, which you can buy in any Target. People, don't be scared. And she's burning the marshmallows.
Yeah.
But you guys at home can put them under the broiler. We have
Broiler.
a professional kitchen here, which Shockaroo does not have a broiler.
You know, if that flame gets out of control, I'm ready to douse myself with wine.
with wine, does yourself.
Yowza.
I just want to douse myself with wine.
Good. Turn it off. That looks absolutely beautiful.
Turn it off.
Now, do you want a little more sage on here? What would you like as a garnish? Because I'm here to garnish.
Really enjoying the moment that I did not catch my hair on fire.
I think that is definitely one to savor. Ouch! That is really warm. Mike, do you want anything?
Oh, you know what? I've got these really crispy Brussels sprouts. Okay, I think these Brussels sprouts would convert anyone who chose they did not like Brussels sprouts.
I smell gas. That's Mike.
Got the
Okay, so
Brussels.
now put the sauce on, and then I'll do a little chives
Okay,
for
yeah,
you.
well, yeah.
We have to move mine into the picture.
Oh, yeah. Well, here, let me get.
We're gonna do some this, and then I'm gonna use my. Oh, Mike, that is
Oh.
so porny, food porny.
Food porn.
And so now
It's a
I
way
am
of
gonna
life.
use my
Food
Caesar,
porn.
and
I
I'm
call
gonna.
it my wife.
Xavier's just so fucking funny.
I do not know who this food porn is, but I'm into it anyway.
I'm into I do not want to be arrested.
No, do
No,
I.
Dave is. You don't even understand. Dave was with me
Hey,
for 8 grade.
Food porn. Say no more. I'm there.
Beautiful, right?
Fantastic.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set
really
this here.
unique presentation.
Shut up.
Fantastic. Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. So now let's move mine in and see if we can get a shot of all three. Let's go to the overhead camera. I think that's going to be our friend. And there you have it. Holiday sides, 3 ways.
Great.
With
That is
3
really great.
So much wine.
3 chefs, 3 sides.
And 3 bottles of wine.
And I would like a round of applause, please.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Bravo, author.
What?
This was beautiful.
How's everybody
Yeah.
else is doing at home? Jeannie, how are yours? I want to see everybody's finished products that cooked along. It's 6:01. The live guests can have alcohol. Take them some.
Yeah,
Ben.
okay. We can have alcohol?
And we always could. It was them out there. They're allowed to now drink. No, they're not locked yet. We can't have to wait.
Oh,
Let me see
they're all
everybody's
muted. Let's
finished
hear it.
product. Jeannie, do you have anything to show me?
Yeah, but I have a
Oh, wait.
question. Is 400 completely different in Seattle than in New York? Because
She has
my
a-
potatoes are still hard.
Oh,
Okay,
Donna.
don't you worry. Donna,
Donna, you're on mute. Yeah.
To Jean's question, we also had the convection fan rolling.
We
that
Beautiful.
have,
up.
Jeannie, we have a professional oven, and it makes the biggest difference in the world. But you just let that cook a little longer, and then later you can text me and tell me how it turned
Yeah.
out.
Now-
And I'll, I
But the Brussels sprouts are done.
don't think so.
That I got.
Convection oven runs hot. It's really
That's a
probably
beast.
425, 450, especially if we haven't been opening the door.
Yeah, my
oven-
stuffing went so much faster than ever would have in my house. Uh,
I think Dale had a question.
but now what we're gonna do, just to make you super jealous, is we're gonna treat this like a Thanksgiving buffet, and we're gonna make ourselves plates, and we're gonna take a taste, so we can taste each other's creations. So, of course, I'll go first. I'm wearing pink. So I'm gonna try my. Yeah, pretty much. I just invented that rule. I'm gonna take a little bit of my world's best stuffing. I'm gonna take a little bit of his
Bad-ass
Brussels
Brussels
sprouts.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take a little bit of each kind of potato. But we all know what I really want is just that marshmallow.
Marshmallow.
And she just wants the butter. We've established that about you. I couldn't remember who had said that. I lost a yam. I have a yam on the loose. Oh my God, you guys,
Be on the
this
lookout.
crazy. So,
Oh my goodness.
here's my plate.
Wow. Delicious.
Yeah, it's everything but the bird.
It's
and
really nice.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah.
Like, I think, I am sorry, you guys, but if you make just one of these and bring it to your Thanksgiving dinner or cook it at home, I just want you to, as people are enjoying it, tell them to go to @MadInTheKitch on Instagram and watch all of my my reels, and to subscribe to my video channel and check out my website and book me for virtual events for corporate team building and family celebrations. And then me and any one of these chefs can combine and take care of you in any way that you need, because we are basically for sale.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's it.
I made you a plate.
Thank you.
What's going on over there? Do you guys have
There we
some
go.
food to show us?
Who's got food to show?
It is so good, Dave.
I mean, seriously, all kidding aside, this is really going to be, we go to my cabin with some family and it's a very intimate setting. We're like off grid, literally. These items will be on our menu. This is great. I love it. I especially love the way those potatoes, I mean, I love everything, but I've never, ever considered potatoes like that before.
Like that, the
Sweet
Hasselback.
or otherwise. Yeah,
It really changes everything.
very cool.
Does anybody have any questions? We are here at your disposal. We've already established that. You've already paid, so this
I have a
time,
question.
go ahead.
When do you put the cheese into the potatoes? Like halfway through or at the end?
25 to 35 minutes later, put your cheese in, put it back in the oven for just a couple minutes.
But you really want the potato to be soft at that point?
Okay,
You
so
want
it's
it to
just
go
gonna
away.
melt in. Mine are still hard.
Yeah, but the potato's not going to cook anymore once you put the cheese and just heat
Right.
it. So you really want to make sure your potato is beautiful and perfect and done. And then you're just, as she says, gilding the leaf. Jeannie, did you have a question?
No, that was my question.
That was your question?
The cheese question. I thought it was a pretty good question.
It was a fantastic question, Jeannie.
Oh my God, the Bernays sauce.
Mm.
Can I make anything start with that?
Yeah.
You can put that on anything,
Oh,
right?
it's
Mike?
really great on salmon or steak. It's
The
great.
tarragon is amazing.
Yeah, tarragon. We all got to cook with it more.
Dale gets a question.
Dale, do you have a question? In the Dale Hall group, unmute.
Spacebar. Oh, one more.
This is like every day in my life. You're muted.
can unmute
You're
him.
muted. You're muted.
There we go.
Where are you guys? I love
We're
it.
so far behind.
Where are you guys?
We've maybe drank too much wine.
You're in good company, Lassie.
Here's where we're at with the potatoes.
Oh, hey.
Very nice.
Mike,
Yeah.
Chef Mikey,
Yes.
here's our Bernays.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
It looked like mayonnaise, so I think I messed up in a big
Oh,
bad way. So
mayonnaise
we need a private console. Yeah,
More microwave.
private console.
Just nuke it a little more.
Yeah. But how does it taste? How does it taste?
So, it is so delicious. Michael, I cannot even tell.
No, I mean, how does her Bernays taste? Did she taste it? Because maybe it tastes okay.
Nothing?
Right.
Oh, go right.
Because my potatoes look like a disaster, right? But they taste really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I want to see your
Yeah, let's
disaster.
see
This
the
one for the
disaster
team.
potatoes.
Our potatoes are looking like ranch land.
Isn't
Wild.
it beautiful? The combination of the chestnuts and the apricots with the onion and the cornbread. Thank you. That means so much coming from you. Thank you.
Actually,
Kyle. Kyle, what cocktail are you drinking?
It was fun.
Did everybody have fun?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is just potatoes.
Potato vodka.
Those are the potatoes I really wanted, but I love the wine. I am all over it.